Today you will learn how to achieve the one-arm pull-up without getting injured or doing useless progressions. We will talk about the strength requirements, how to structure your training plan, and I will show you some secret exercises that no one is doing. And I am so sure that you will learn the one-arm pull-ups after watching this video that I have a challenge for you. I want you to pause this video right now and click that subscribe button. Come back to this video after 30 days and tell me whether you achieved or not the one-arm pull-up. If you didn't, you are allowed to unsubscribe from my YouTube channel and dislike this video. But if you did, I want to read your honest review down below and to keep the subscription to my channel. The one-arm pull-up is a very stressful exercise for your joints, and I absolutely don't want you to get injured by training this skill. And I'm saying this as someone that rushed this skill as soon as he started training calisthenics by following some random YouTube videos, and all I got was an injury to my bicep that lasted few months. Since I don't want you to get injured and to follow those misleading tutorials, I'm making this video about the one-arm pull-up. So today I will tell you everything you need to know by someone that has been practicing this skill for more than 6 years. So let's start with the strength requirements. I know many of you don't want to hear this part, but it's very important because we need some common sense, and you can train for the one-arm pull-up without first learning the pull-up. If you want to learn the one-arm pull-up safely, I recommend you get used to training the weighted pull-ups and reach 4 or 5 reps with 40% of your body weight. If you currently weigh 60 kilograms, you should be able to do 4 or 5 reps with 24 kilograms attached to your body in a clean way. So that doesn't mean trying to get your chin over the bar in every possible way, but it means the press scapulas, open chest, and clean execution. So 4 to 5 reps with 40% of your body weight is a good start, and you can approach the one-arm pull-up much more safely. Of course, the more the better. Now tell me, have you been practicing one-arm pull-ups? If so, what exercise were you doing? My bet is that you probably were putting the loop band around the bar and trying to do the one-arm pull-up by grabbing the loop band with your other arm. Well, that can be a progression, but it cannot be the only one, and there are much better ways to unlock the one-arm pull-ups. I will tell you right now, there is only one tool that you really need to achieve the one-arm pull-up, and it's right behind me. It's gymnastic rings. So when learning one-arm pull-ups, we have to teach our body to shift the whole weight on one arm, and it has to be gradual. So you can't just hang on the bar with one arm, try to grab something and pull without teaching your body how to focus just on one side. That's why we will use gymnastic rings to start training the archer pull-ups. Archer pull-ups, you probably know, everyone is doing them on the bar, but I rarely see people training on the rings. So I will explain everything on the right arm because that's my strong arm. And of course, I recommend you to train both arms to avoid building strength and muscles only on one side of your body. So archer pull-ups, we are hanging on the rings and trying to pull only towards one arm. The other arm has to be completely straight, but what I see most of the time is people trying to pull to the right arm but keeping either the left arm straight or trying to pull a lot also on the straight arm, and they end up putting more pressure on the left shoulder that should be the one assisting the movement instead of putting the pressure on the right arm. So I will now show you a clean archer pull-up on the rings. As you can see, the left arm is staying straight during all the movement, but I'm not putting pressure on it. And you should focus on keeping the depression and the retraction on both sides of your body. So not just on the right arm and the left one is like this. You will get injured in a matter of seconds. But I want you to depress both shoulders, open your chest and pull with this type of activations. So once again, shoulders down, open chest, and only right arm is pulling. So if your archer pull-up doesn't look like this, try to fix your technique. If you still can't pull this way, it's too early to start training the one-arm pull-up. That doesn't mean you can't train it, but it means you should focus on adding more weight to your weighted pull-ups first and then approach this movement. If your archer pull-up is looking like this, you are good to go and you are ready for the next step. Now the most important step for learning a skill is to set up progression. If you don't have a progression and you are just doing random attempts, you will not learn the skill. You will learn how to injure yourself. In this case, we want to make this exercise harder, and there are many ways of doing so. Maybe some paused reps like this. 1 second here and then close. Try to increase the difficulty a bit week by week and your body will get used to it. Now let's take a loop band, and we are not using loop band for this tutorial. Loop bands should be the very last step towards the one-arm pull-up just to refine the technique, but your training should not depend on them. You should build strength with your body first, and then maybe you can use them to refine a bit the technique. What we will see now, once we master this exercise, so we are already able to do some post reps, is how to reduce the support of the second ring. So in this case, what I want you to do is to lower the second ring, which is the one of your supporting arm, and in this way we have rings on different level and we will get less assistance from the straight arm. As you can see, I started by placing the second ring around the level of where the first ring ends. And here I can do the same exact exercises as before. So I will pull only with the right arm and the left one is giving me a bit of assistance, but keeping the correct back engagement during all the movement. So once again, shoulders down, chest up, and pull towards the right. And this right here is, in my opinion, the secret for the one-arm pull-up. Once we master a level of assistance, like in this case, I got the second ring below the first one. Once I master this type of assistance, I will just move this ring lower. Ideally, I should aim at reaching a 90-degree assistance. So it means that when I'm hanging on the bar, the second arm is almost parallel to the ground. This is already a very intense exercise, okay? And it's already close to the final form of the one-arm pull-up. But in all of this, remember not to bend your second arm or all the progress is gone. No, I'm kidding, but if you bend the second arm, you are removing the purpose of this exercise. So let's try one repetition with this type of assistance. Let's see how heavy it will be. Okay, nice. You should aim to do 2 or 3 reps with this type of assistance. When you reach this level, you probably already have the one-arm pull-up, you just don't know it yet. If you want to train smart and not just rush towards the final skill, we get to the first step, which is the weighted archer pull-up with rings on a different level. We are not talking about putting exaggerated amount of weight. 3 kilos, eventually 5 kilos can do the job. We just want to increase even more the intensity of this exercise before moving to the final one-arm pull-up attempts. I don't have the weighted belt, so I took a bag, I put some kilos in it. Of course, I would recommend you to use a regular weighted belt, but you can also put just the dumbbell between your legs. And we are doing the same exact thing. So for this video, I'm just showing the exercises on the right arm and I already feel the pump over there. So trust me, this exercise is something crazy. So what, should we now try the free one-arm pull-up? We are missing one extra step. This last exercise I will show you is actually the only one that you can do on the pull-up bar. Everything I showed you until now required gymnastic rings. I don't have a pull-up bar with me today, so I will still show it on the rings. And I'm talking about the climber pull-ups. So what I want you to do is to go to your pull-up bar and try to pull up by using the second hand as a support. Try to climb your arm with the second hand. We will start by the elbow because it will make the exercise easier. Putting it on the wrist doesn't make sense, so avoid it. And then we will go down, down, down all the way to the shoulder. Once we reach the shoulder assistance, we are already basically doing the one-arm pull-up. So we hang on the ring, second hand here, and we pull. This one is very intense already, and as you can see, I did only a partial movement because on the bar it's almost impossible to get your chin over the bar with this type of support because the second arm is blocking you. It's also not necessary to go all the way over the bar because this exercise just wants to focus on the initial part of the movement. Since this exercise is very intense and requires a lot of technique, I don't want you to train it very often. You can train it once per week and do maybe 3 sets per arm just to get used to the feeling, but don't try this if you didn't master the archer pull-ups yet. So first I want you to master the archer pull-ups, eventually adding some weights, and only then you can work on the bar with one arm with this one exercise. Let's now end the video with resistance bands. I always see people training one-arm pull-ups with the resistance band. They are putting it on the bar and trying to pull with both arms. Guys, stop it. That's not needed. This is a much safer way of training one-arm pull-ups. There is one way you can use them to refine your technique, which is by putting it behind your back, holding both the sides with one arm, then hang on the pull-up bar and do the one-arm pull-up. It will give you a bit of assistance, and that's the only exercise I could recommend you with the loop bands. Other than that, you don't need them, just go for the safest approach. Guys, if you followed all the steps, you are probably already there and ready to do the one-arm pull-up on a pull-up bar. Training on the rings make the exercise more difficult, but also more friendly for your joints. That's why we are doing archer pull-ups on the rings. The only exercise we are doing on the bar is the climber pull-ups, but we are doing very low volume because it can be very stressful for your joints. And really, when we get used to all of this, we are ready to just go to the bar and try the free one-arm pull-up. I think it's a cool move to learn. It will get you some nice biceps and huge back. So if you like it, train for it, and eventually you will achieve it. So let's finish this video with a quick resume. You get a nice basic pull strength, so you are doing already some weighted pull-ups, maybe like 40% of your weight for 4 to 5 reps. Good, you're ready to approach the one-arm pull-up. Start by doing archer pull-up on the rings. Once they get easy, you can add some variations, like some post reps. Then let's start the progression by leveling down the second ring. Then when it gets easier, go down and down until you reach 90 degrees of support for the second arm. This is already a very intense exercise, but when you get good at it, you can add a bit of weight, like 2, 3, 5 kilos. Then you are sure you have enough power to train the one-arm pull-up directly. If you want to do one extra accessory exercise, you can do the climb bear one-arm pull-up. Start with the assistance on your bicep, then go all the way down to the shoulder, do a few more trainings, and you're ready to try the one-arm pull-up on the bar. Guys, I put a lot of effort in this video. I hope it was easy to understand and that you like the quality. I hope you already subscribed to the channel because of the challenge. If not, please do it, because I'm really trying hard to grow my channel and my community, and it really helps the algorithm. Also, leave a like and comment the video if it was useful. You can tell me what other tutorials you would like. Guys, keep training and see you in the next video.